Hi, spring is here. It's April, and boy, am I happy to see this long winter behind us. Hi, I'm Sam Miller. Welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes on Tuesday. This week, we're going to talk about lead-based paint, and we're going to talk about peeling and chipping paint on your house. So, what I want you to do, if you're a seller, you own a property built prior to 1978, you're thinking about putting your house on the market, I want you to do a walk around the exterior of your property. Take a close look at your home, look at the trim, the window trim, garage trim. If you've got wood siding, look really close at all your wood siding. If you've got natural finish soffits, so wood soffits instead of like aluminum or vinyl fascia and soffits, take a really close look at those areas as well. And the reason I want you to look at them, if you can find any peeling or flaking paint, my highest recommendation is that you either personally or have someone come in and scrape all those loose areas and prime and repaint and make sure any of that flaking paint is gone. And if you had to scrape any of those surfaces, make sure you vacuum up any of those paint chips so that they're not on the property. The reason I'm making that recommendation, and it's a very strong recommendation, is if you take care of that up front, you're not going to have a challenge where an appraiser coming to do the buyer's loan for your home notices that flaking paint and requires you to go through a lead-based paint inspection on the property. Because by the way, that can be very expensive, and you don't want them to come back and say, oh yeah, you've got a lot of lead-based paint in this house, and make you strip all the woodwork and get cleared down and have all that removed, and you're just talking crazy money. So most cases, houses built prior to 1978, most of us know they probably have lead-based paint somewhere, but most of it's encapsulated with like a latex paint over top of it. So, but a lot of these older homes, yeah, they're gonna have lead-based paint, that's just a fact. But so if you don't do that, you're gonna get a big surprise and you're gonna end up with lead-based paint inspections and a good chance, and you're gonna have to correct it at a much higher cost. So you get any of that loose paint, just scrape it, prime it, paint it, and get those loose chips up. And remember, in Ohio, we've got to do a lead-based paint disclosure form that discloses if you have actual knowledge of lead-based paint. And that's not a guess. I mean, it's if someone told you when you bought the home for sure it had lead-based paint, you do have an obligation to disclose. And if you've ever had a test or a inspection done and the results were lead-based paint, you certainly need to put that on the disclosure form. That's also on the Ohio residential property disclosure form. There's a provision for toxic substances, and lead-based paint certainly falls under that, so you have to disclose that. Any house built prior to 1978, we have to provide a pamphlet to the prospective homeowner called Protect Your Family from Lead in the Home, and it's got some good information that basically tells them that a lot of these houses do have lead-based paint, and if they're sanding on woodwork, to wear protective masks and things like that, just to be safe. So anyway, just wanted to give you a quick tip. This tip, if you've got flaking paint, will save you thousands, I mean thousands of dollars, and it will also eliminate any last-minute surprises or delays in your sale if you head that off up front, because there's no reason for an appraiser to make a big deal about flaking paint if you already took care of it. So I'm Sam Miller. Feel free to give me a call at 740-397-7800, or feel free to email us, samsells@sammiller.com. Until next week, have a good one.